Welcome you to all very special episode of GGPS Bokaro podcast. Today's video is extra special because we have someone we all know. We are joined with our honorable respected principal sir, Abhishek Kumar sir. Sir, thank you for being in this podcast and it's an honor to have you here.
It's my honor too. I'm so happy that I'm being interviewed by my own children. We had a dream a month ago when we wanted to start the podcast of our own school. We are one of the few schools in Jharkhand who has started this podcast series. And the most important thing is that within 1 month, with all class 12, class 11 children, you have done wonderfully well. And today we are starting in a very auspicious note. So I'm very happy, and of course I'm very excited also that what you're going to ask me. So thank you very much for making me sit here and be with you.
Thank you sir for joining us. It's an honor to have you here in this video or podcast.
We had a dream this year that we're going to have podcast. We're going to start podcast, and I'm so proud of all of you that we are the first school in Bokaro. We are going to start the podcast. And the most amazing thing is that the children who are studying in our school, like you and other who are supporting at the back, so they all are part of this thing. So I think we are going to have a very wonderful beginning. Thank you very much, all of you.
So before we get serious, let's start with some light. Sir, if you were a student in today's GGPS Bokaro, which group would you belong to? Either the front bencher, back bencher, or the middle one who knows everything, silent observer?
Though we had a lot of fun regarding backbenchers, a group of people are called backbenchers. We have seen certain movies where backbenchers are like taken in a very light vein, and the front benchers are always called who are academically oriented. About me, I think when I was studying, so I was in all the places. There are certain subjects I enjoyed studying a lot. English was my favorite subject, so was physics. So I used to sit in the front. But there were a few subjects where I did not like, so I used to go back. And of course, like any child, like we all do, we used to have some fun time with my friends while the class was going on. So yeah, I belong to all the three. I belong to all the three classifications.
But how do you feel being in this podcast with GGPS Bokaro student?
I'm so proud because I believe that in 21st century skill, the communication is going to play a very important role. We don't just require academic, but then the skills, and then the skills of technology, integrating technology with communication, which you all are doing. Conveying your thing and making it known to the people around the world is one of the skills which I want to empower my children to have. And I'm very happy that you're starting it from today itself, where others will follow. You being class 12, others will follow. Who knows, in coming time, you will be one of the top podcasters of the country and the global.
Yes. Sir, what the thing that inspired you to choose this educational field?
I joined at a very young age, around 20, nearing 20. Already I have completed 30 years of my teaching this year. I have still long way to go. So people retire at the age of like 30, 35 years of services retire. I remember that when I went inside my very first job, and my very first class. So that was the time I thought that no, this is the one which I wanted to have. I struggled initially, like anybody else, like a young student, like a young teacher. But what I really liked that I went on learning a lot. Still I learn a lot, and I enjoy the company of children. So this is how I take my role as a head of this institution.
Looking forward with your entire journey, you have faces many struggles that saved you from your childhood to our principal. Sir, can you briefly explain your journey, entire journey?
I just said earlier that I started my journey at 20 years of age, a very young age. I had owned my iota of struggles. But I just said once again that I went on learning. I had some amazing mentors, my HODs, who have taught me, they have taught me, they have like corrected me the places where I would have faltered. But the most important thing is that you should be excited enough to always learn a lot. Adapt yourself as per the situation, and you must know who are the audience in front of you. So in my journey, what I find in last 30 years, that I was very dedicated to my work, still I am, and I have always tried to improve my skills as a teacher, as an administrator. And I think that is the one thing which has really brought me here, and I'm leading such a big school.
According to you, what makes GGPS Bokaro different from other schools?
GGPS number one is having a great legacy of around 49 years.
Yes.
We are entering into 50th year next year. So a 50-year school had itself is like a history, and it is named after one of the greatest gurus, Guru Gobind Singh Ji, who has given away everything of his life, his children, his mother. You all know. In this month itself, we are going to have Veer Gatha week, where we are going to observe the martyrdom of all the four Sahibzade of Guru Gobind Singh Ji. So we all know that he fought for courage, he fought for the sanctity of India, he fought for saving the culture of India. And we in GGPS, the children in GGPS, I believe that I can only train your mind for, I cannot simply train your mind for the career, but I want the children of GGPS should have the courage, the character, and the change. They are ready for the changes. And more importantly, they should be rooted to our culture. We must feel proud of our great Indian culture. We should celebrate in our daily life while we move ahead with the advancement of technology, but we never should forget that we are born in this motherland, the sacred land, and we should move ahead. I want my children of GGPS to have those feelings along with every other aspects of modern communications, 21st century skills they should imbibe.
Sir, what qualities do students develop in today's world situation?
In today's world, I feel that one thing which I am finding is missing in our children. They want to achieve too much too early. One should have a lot of patience. We must know that struggles and failures are a very important part of life, and these are the ones who teach you to move ahead. Those are like a road, like they are the breakers in the road. You move ahead, but the breakers teach you to stop your car, take a break, pause, and further move ahead, pick up your speed. So is the life. I want the present age children to have patience. They must have time and value for their elders, and more importantly, they should not go into the mad rat race for materialistic achievement, because money cannot buy you everything. Okay? The happiness is something which is self-felt satisfaction. They must know what exactly they want to achieve. They should not have a very big dreams, but they should have a short-term goals. So one short-term goal is achieved, they should feel happy, celebrate it, then move further ahead.
What advice would you give to the student who face difficulties during their studies? They are pressurized by their parents. They get depressed when they fail in any subject.
As I said that you cannot be very perfect. If a class of 40 children, there will always be first rank and the 40th rank. So first of all, we need to accept that what we are. Acceptance is something which we need to have first. We cannot do away without the acceptance. So once we start accepting that what is our strength and what are our weaknesses, we need to work hard upon that. There's something also called luck. Believe in yourself, and you may find we never know where you will be landing after a few years. I may have taken science, but I'm a teacher of English. I do not know what you'll be becoming after 10, 20 years when you come and visit us. You may have a different career. So you, first of all, you need to have a belief in yourself. Ranks and marks are not the parameters of one's life. They are just the kind of stepping stones. But if one stone is missed, you can always take a jump and move further ahead. So any failure, you should have the courage to accept it, smile at it, and move further ahead.
So as you said that you have taken science, but you become an English teacher. What is the turning point? You have choose English.
What happened that I was quite good in studies in class 10, and we had the schools of sale. I was also the sale scholarship holder. So that time, automatically I have taken science. I really had love for physics. I still enjoy reading physics. particularly astrophysics space. I study a lot, and when I went to study for my graduation, so I was preparing for my medical entrance examination. But then from very young age, very young age, I had huge interest in literature. I was studying a lot since I remember the class 4, when I was in class 4, 3, 4, I studied Mahabharata. There were 18 volumes in Hindi. And maybe that book was a turning point because that made me read a lot. Like I was a vociferous reader of languages. And then I shifted to English along with Hindi also. And then I realized after my first year of graduation that maybe I was not meant for science. And it was a drastic and dramatic change of choice. I took English. But Robert Frost once said, the two roads diverge in the wood. And I took the ones less traveled by. Yeah. So maybe I have taken the road not traveled a lot, but that is the one difference which I'm finding it here. Maybe that was the right choice for me. That was the right road for me. So English is the one I'm passionate about as a language. But so I have love for Hindi also. Whenever I get chance with my schedule, I always go back and delve into the books. That is how it happened.
That's great. Have you ever laughed at some student and when they do something and instead of doing things you have punished him because you are a principal?
There was a time when corporal punishment was not initiated by CBSE. So I'll be very honest. I was a discipline in charge of one of the schools where I worked earlier as a teacher. So I did punish the children that time. And but when slowly and gradually I realized with the growth of my years that corporal punishment cannot change the students' attitude. Of course, the Supreme Court verdict and the CBSE verdict came regarding corporal punishment. But before that itself, I realized that no, what you need to change is change the view of a child. If you want to change is go for the reformatory measure. Make him realize what mistake he has committed and make him realize that mistakes are part of life, which we all have done. Even I have done, my parents have done. So we all do mistakes. But we need to realize these mistakes and work hard upon changing those mistakes. So I won't be saying that I laughed at children, but I laughed along with them. So we all laugh together at our mistakes, given the chance to change ourselves, and they are the ones who are changed children right now.
According to you, which learning is better, online or offline, and why?
We are moving towards an age where online learning has got huge impact. In fact, you find that lots of degrees are now given by very reputed institutes like IIM and IIT, where you can have those degrees, MBA, even by online modes of education. Even graduation you can do with the online mode of education. NIUS also provide you online education. IGNOU, lots of other universities are there where you can have online education. But when I talk about online education, I think this all will cater to when you pass class 12. Before class 12, I always believe that you need to have a physical contact and collaboration with your teachers and with your fellow mates, because that will help you to grow emotionally and sentimentally. So we need to have offline till class 12. This is my personal belief. Maybe then you can go for online and offline anything.
So in general, there is rumor in our schools and classes that principals are very rude. Sir, what are the things you are doing that makes this rumor false?
Okay. Yeah, that is true. That I remember when I was also a child, studying in school, this in school. So we were so scared of our principal. We thought them as an alien who has come only to punish us. Okay. If ever we were called to the principal's office, so it was better to go to operation theatre rather than to the principal's office, because the heart would stop and we knew that calling principal was the end of your life. But then things have changed now. I think I'm very happy that in our school, and I'm finding around me also, the principals are changing. They're approachable now. They're very much approachable now. Anybody, generally you find that I generally call children to my own room. The whole class they come to my room, and I talk one-to-one with the whole class in a very informal manner. I do not talk only about academics, but talk about the life. I talk about what how they behave in the homes. So once you become approachable, when the children feel that principal is of course keeping a discipline, but he is with one of them. He is like a head of a family who's going to care for them. So the things change. There's a different vibe in the school.
Sir, as board exams are coming to us, the students which are preparing for board, approaching their board exams, sir, what advice you want to give so that they can do their hard work at their optimum level and they can score effective and more at the school?
You have already since class 11 appeared for half yearly and final, and class 12 you appeared for the half yearly and pre-board examinations. So you know the areas where you are not performing very good. You already have got your results as well as your copies, answer sheets. So you need to go through very thoroughly. Why I could not score certain questions the full mark? Which are the places where I could not do well? You can always go and ask, sir, what are the things which I missed in this kind of questions where I need to work hard? So thorough planning and careful analysis of your answer book. The second is you have to go through the CBSE question paper of last year. Are you able to solve that paper or not? If you're able to solve that paper, that means you're right on the track. Next thing, you have to go through the CBSE sample paper released this year, which are shared in your WhatsApp group. Again, are you able to solve those papers or particular topic or not? So, see, you are going through a particular. It's not only studying only. The studying will not help you until you have a proper planning. So, planning number one, I said, you have to understand which are the places, topics, or maybe a subject where you're not scoring good. Number two, you need to go through the answer books of half yearly and pre-board examination to see that which are the places I have not done good and what I should do to get full mark. The third thing, last year's sample paper, are you able to, last year's question paper of CBSE board, are you able to solve it completely or not? This year's sample paper released by CBSE, are you able to solve it or not? And then you are already right on the track.
Okay.
Lot of confidence is required.
Yes. Sir, according to your journey, what are the common mistakes you have done in your journey? And you see in the students of this school, they are doing the same mistakes.
We still in India, we believe that marks are the parameters of everything. Class 10 and class 12. It is a inbuilt thought for last 75 years that we judge a child by the marks he has scored in the board examination, class 10 and class 12. Every other achievement in other areas are neglected. Even in our time, the same process were there. Things are changing slowly. The parents are becoming very cooperative now. They celebrate even the failures of the children. But I just want to convey to all the children that these are simply a kind of examinations which assess your knowledge till this particular topic and particular age. They are not the assessing parameter of your life and the career ahead. So even if you don't do well in this examination, life is not over. You have a lot of opportunities which we never had. You can go into any other opportunities you can have, and you can always do well. Any area, if you have a skill, you can always do the best in the life. So that we need to know that life does not end with class 10 board exams and class 12 board examinations. But we need to put and give our best effort. That I really want to convey to all children.
Now, the common mistakes students done in the examination writing their answer sheet during exam.
During exam period, what mistakes they commit? We need to know that generally the paper is set. Like if it is 3 hours exam, generally it is set for 2.5 hours paper. Yes. Believing that everybody has different capability of writing. We cannot go on writing 3 hours of continuous because maybe one has got good preparation, other. So when a paper is set in CBSE, they give half an hour of time where everybody can complete the paper. So the first mistake which we commit, we go half a jet, like question number 1 and then we go to question number 30. In fact, CBSE just now released some guidelines for the science and for the SST, where you need to complete one particular portion in a sequentially before you move to the next portion, like physics one place, chemistry one place, biology one place. So I believe as a teacher and as an evaluator also that you gain good marks if you are in sequence. Number two, it may happen sometimes that children may miss certain questions because they have not put tick mark or they have not known that certain questions are left. So one has to be very very careful. That's why this half an hour is given, that you have attempted all the questions. Number three, even if you do not know the answer, do not leave the answer. Whatever you have thought of, 1 year you have studied, go on writing. Sometimes believe in the God and believe in the luck. Maybe that was the right answer the evaluator was looking for. But leaving the answer, you do not leave any scope for the paper evaluator to give any marks. You should give. More importantly, we believe that giving the answer itself, my job is done. But presentation is equally important. So how are you presenting the answer? Are you making the one who is checking your answer feel good? When he picks up your paper, he says, wow, wonderful way of writing. In that, what happens is all about psychological play. So you play with the psychology of the evaluator. He feels so happy that, and in that time, if you commit some small mistakes, it may be ignored by the teacher because the whole presentation was so beautifully done. So I believe that these are the things, and you have to be very cool and calm.
Yes, sir.
Take some time, think, and then write. Do not be in a hurry, but make planning. Already I made plan. Yeah, I've got three sections. I'll one first hour 1 to 12, maybe second hour 12 to. So you are planning. You are moving ahead with the planning. Maybe one question I could not know. I'll leave that and I'll move to the next one. And that half an hour you are keeping it for all those which you are missing, where you need to put a lot of hard effort. So I repeat and again, which I have been conveying for since long. In class 12, you are not only going to appear for the examination, you are appearing with lot of careful analysis and planning, that how I'm going to move ahead in the question paper. Like when you make a movie, 3 hours of movie, so every shot is made and then move to the next shot. Similarly is perfection, then move to the next shot. Similar is the examination. One question done, completed, dusted, move to the next question.
Yes. As we sir said that we should not leave any question. If we don't know, then we should write anything about the topic.
Not exactly anything. Try to recall that certain points, certain value points, which I can connect with the question. I can write down related to the question.
What are the qualities do principal possesses, and you have that qualities, and which make you different from the previous principal, and make you a stable principal in this school?
We had all the previous principals who were equally smart, such good. So as I said, this school is a legacy. So everybody has got their own name, and I'm so happy and really privileged that I'm carrying forward their legacy. So my first of all respect to all the principals who have worked here earlier. About me, I just said that I began my journey as a teacher. One thing I do not want to do right now, that I believe that Indian education, somewhere there is a gap between a teacher and a student. We believe that when I become a teacher or principal, there's a gap. I'm the best, and I'm the one who knows everything. So once this feeling come into the mind of a teacher, he's no longer a teacher, he's a master. We're not looking for a master right now, we're looking for mentors who has got equal respect for the children who are in front of me. Leadership is equal to humanity plus service. It cannot be simple service. I need to show my human values, human attachment to the person in front of me. You have come to get knowledge, learning from me. I'm here to give you that learning. So it's a kind of bond which is there between me and you. I'm not the best because I too have learned from somewhere. So we need to understand, and this is how somewhere we lag in India. That once we become a teacher, we get an ego that we are the best, and we know more than that. It never happens. Knowledge is free to everybody. Somebody in front of me as a teacher, as a young child, maybe is knowing more than me. So it's all about learning, getting, improving, and moving on. And then you always have to keep human feeling alive in your heart as a leader. So that is what I think a principal should have.
Yes, sir. Sir, as today's students are facing many competitions, academic competitions, and like JEE NEET exam, very much competition in today's world. Sir, what tips you want to give so that move ahead and overcome that competition and succeed in their life?
I take these as opportunities.
Opportunity.
There was a time when we had only few opportunities. When I was studying like you in class 12, we had only two or three. Maybe we never thought about becoming aircrew pilot, aircrew members, fashion designing. We never had such thing. We were so cocooned and confined to only engineering and maybe becoming an MBBS doctor. Nothing more than that. So as the more competition is there, so you have got a lot of opportunities. When you take any stream, you have got aeons of opportunities where you can go and try your luck. You have so many recognized universities which are looked after by government of India. So I find that it's not only IIT, JEE or AIPMT or NIT, but you have got so many other places where you can vouch your life, you can work ahead with your life. So competition will always be there because India is a very huge country. Every year, lakhs of children qualify and pass class 12 will be there. But you need to find out where you fit the best. Find that opportunity. So I think that way you're not a part of the huge crowd and rat race. You are going to make your own positions. This was the place I wanted to do. Like I just now said about my own example, from science to English. So I made an opportunity of myself. And whenever you make a change is always difficult at beginning. So maybe you'll have a lot of pressure from the society, from the school, from the parents that this was not we wanted to have. But then you have to believe in yourself. It's a 21st century. So you are a grown-up child, 18 years of age, 17 years of age, Gen Z, you're Gen X, I something, whichever Gen Z, Gen X. So it's all about having the feeling that parents give me some time, I'll prove that. And I'll prove not to you, I'll prove to myself that I was right in my feeling. So sometimes you have to move ahead with your own gut feeling that this was the right choice which I had. So you should never have, of course, after class 12, you can make certain choices. These are the places. Move ahead and take a choice and move ahead in that.
Sir, as CBSE provided, now CBSE is very strict about 75% attendance. Sir, how you look this?
It's a good thing. What is a school, by the way? If you talk about the school, why is the school so important? As you started that, why not online? Why do you come to school? We come to school not simply to have the classes of the teachers. We come here to associate with our friends. We want to talk with our friends in the break. We want to have laugh with our friends. We want to go and take part in certain activities. We want to talk to our parents, talk to our teachers, talk to our principal. We want to roam around in the class. We want to do some small mischiefs also, which I can create memories. So you create memories in the school. And class 12, which is the most difficult time of your life when you're about to leave the school. So don't you think that you should come more to the school to do away with the stress? It's not only simply studying, but learning the values which is school. School is not simply a building. It's not simply a wall. It is a living thing. Every wall breathes life. Every class breathes life. No? So you make a family here for a year, class 12. So it's a great step by CBSE. 75% is the list number of days, at least you should come to school, gather those memories, and once you have reunion, you can always come back and remember those days.
Sir, moving to next segment, we have next question. Sir, what do you think the future of education sector in India? What is the vision of education?
Do you know that this is the one business where no family can escape from? You all know, you may have from a family maybe one engineer, maybe one doctor, but you know that every family has a child or children going to school. So you can understand that every family in India, they're going to school, private or public schools. So you can understand what a big industry education is right now. You are studying in the school, after school you go to a college, isn't it? Your higher education. So till maybe 23, 24, maybe not beyond that one. From pre-nursery to class, maybe MSc, MA, which are post-graduation, maybe beyond that one, doctorate. You are not going to leave any institution. It's a very big industry in India. And with a population, such a big population, around 24, 25, I've heard that maybe 30 crore students, they go to the school. So, and then comes the association along that. Every child requires book, every child requires uniform. Every child needs to study in certain institute. You have to pay the fee. You have to stay in a hostel. Now, you understand what a big business is. Education has become in India. what we want to have right now by government of India, and they're working hard on that, that we need to ensure that every child gets the quality education wherever they take admission. It should not be a blind exploitation of the fee and the money from the parents. So the CBSE is keeping a good tab upon the schools under its affiliation. But then beyond class 12, we have lots of universities which are not true universities, which they're not keeping track with the global education, where the government of India has to be very, very strict regarding that every child, because they pay a lot of money, the parents has to pay a lot of, shell out a lot of money. So the child who is going to study somewhere, they should have the quality and the best education possible.
Sir, who inspired you the most in your life?
I won't be taking a name because I take inspiration from not only living being, but even from non-living things.
Right?
Like I think the first one was my grandfather, who inspired me to study English. Study English means study language. He had his own library, so when I was very, very young, I used to go and immerse myself in that library from very young age. But then uh, inspiration can come from anywhere. Like sometimes you are very, very stressed out, depressed, and you sit at the side of a river, or maybe sea beach, maybe in a jungle, maybe under a tree. Maybe a song of a bird could inspire you to move ahead in your
We have
life.
also checked the theme of beauty in our
In our
school.
life, it's not only about beauty, but what makes you go ahead. What is inspiration? When you overcome the difficulties and struggles and the failures, and a feeling comes under your mind, it's all right, I'll further move ahead. That is called inspiration. You are filled with a kind of energy to move further ahead. And what is inspiration? Inspiration means before that something bad has happened in life. Maybe an academic failure, maybe depression. So inspiration is when you look at something and you get, oh, this is what is happening right now. Why cannot I move? I can do it again. So your whole body is filled with a kind of divine energy. And then you further move ahead, move ahead, move ahead. So every stage of your life, you always have inspiration. You cannot be a single person counted. It could be anything. It could be a pen. It could be a bill also. It might be an inspiration for me right now.
Sir, as you are new in this school, in less than 1 year, you have done great, excellent work in this school, as we see in our campus. Sir, where you see this school after 5 years?
Though I'm new in this school, but then I was working earlier in this society for last 2.5 years. I have spent 3 months in this school. What I find that GGPS is making a lot of name in the city. In fact, my friends in different places also, they compliment me for the variety of achievement which we are having. I'm very happy to announce that you may never have heard that we had 3 mega sports day. Generally have one sports day, and all of them were quite successful. We had a different kind of exhibition come fit, where again it was a news of the town, and parents are very happy. Our admission is going wonderful. Uh, we are making news, whether in a co-curricular or curricular or sports or in dance, music, Olympiad. I want my children to excel in everywhere. My vision for this school is very simple. I do not want to compete with anybody, but we want that children should be feel satisfied in this school, that they have come to this school, they're getting the quality education and lot of opportunities to go and excel in other areas also, in a very happy, helpful environment where happiness is a part of their life, where everybody is smiling from their heart. That is my vision for the school.
Sir, do you think the effect of coronavirus is still present in today's students? If yes, then how can we alleviate this effect?
I do not think so. 5 years ago, we had a lot of doubt that children would not be studying. They have done online study. Their handwriting has gone bad. They cannot speak out. Okay, but I don't think so. I think you all are taking my interview right now. You are all Corona children, isn't it? Which class you all were in?
In class 8 or
Class 6, 7, 8, 7, 8. So, but you're able to write down right now. You're able to speak in front of me. So I don't think there's any effect of corona. Living medical issues which doctors can decide. But for you, everything is fine until something bad has happened in your somebody's family. Otherwise, academically, I don't find anything happening right now. Everything is fine. Great, you're doing well. Yes. And you're class 12 right now, yes, corona children. So it's a great thing.
Thank you, sir. Sir, today's world is now moving forward with AI, artificial intelligence. Sir, how you see AI in today's world and its future in the worldwide?
I still remember when ChatGPT was introduced
First time.
first time, and I was in Delhi that time for certain work, and people around me were talking about ChatGPT. There's something has come which can give you the right answer. So I thought, what was so something is that even Google can also give you the right answer. I thought that time, but then what happened when I used it for the first time? Then I found its relevance. We were grown by watching Terminator movies. If you remember, there was Terminator movie was Sylvester Stallone, okay, where there were human beings who had come from the future in the present age, and we had the introduction of AI, robot AI, in our real life in movie. But it's happening in front of me, in my hand. AI is now everybody has AI in the hand. You have got ChatGPT, which is the most common. You have got Gemini, which is most common. You're using it commonly for anything. You have got the ready-made and the best answer possible. So integration of AI in education is fantabulous, wonderful, and every child should know how to use it the best way to get the best result for oneself. So I think this is technology will go on blossoming further ahead. We need to update ourselves as a teacher, as a principal also.
Sir, how you see the education sector in India for 50 years? What is going to change?
50 years.
50 years.
I'll be 100 years at my time. Last 75 years, I find that schools are schools. We still have the same classrooms. We still have the same desks and benches, maybe more comfortable.
Yes.
Okay. We still have those fans, but then we have certain classrooms which are AC. We still require teachers in the classroom, isn't it? We have maybe modified labs and other things, okay, with a bit of more advanced technology. But if you see, we still have the same sports field. We still have almost the same kind of sports. So you find that last 75 years, the very basic component has not changed. The syllabus might have changed, the curriculum might have changed, the way of teaching might have changed, but a school is required, teachers are required, and the physical presence of students are also required. I feel that however technologically advanced we are, I do not know what will happen after 50 years. A lot of changes are happening. Every other day we are finding some circular that this is going to happen. But then ultimately it's all about the emotional bond between a child and a teacher, which is required in the school. And for that, physical presence is always required. So I believe even after 50 years, you may find something very, very different here. Maybe robots coming and giving you some kind of food and other things. But the physical need of a teacher will always be there alongside the robot. Maybe her job is to switch on and switch off the robot and giving some kind of humanoid, giving you education. Maybe we will have certain kind of different kind of way of giving you live demonstration, but presence of a teacher will always be there because a human being is always required to grow a child emotionally. Otherwise, will become an alien, a machine. So I feel that even after 50 years, things will not be much changing regarding infra.
Yes, sir. Now we have another segment known as rapid fire round, in which you have to answer single word answer or a single sentence.
I'll try my best.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Sir, your favorite subject during your school time?
I had two, English and physics.
Sir, one thing that students do in school that always make you smile.
Whenever they laugh loudly in the class along with me, I smile.
Finally, one message that you want to every student of GGPS Bokaro to remember forever.
Remember that this was not simply a school, but this was their life, and whatever they'll be doing further in the life, it all started from this school. This feeling they should always have, feeling cultivate in their life.
One habit students should stop immediately.
Procrastination, keeping the things for tomorrow. Do it right now. Complete task for today itself. Tomorrow is something other day.
One habit that students should start immediately.
Mm, Feeling in oneself, believing in your oneself, and bringing a small changes. Maybe beginning with the handwriting, maybe beginning with some kind of skills.
Sir, one habit a student do that reminds you of your school time.
uh, Maybe bunking the class. Sometimes the subject, maybe some class which I don't like.
That's true.
Uh,
Sir, what you used to do in your free time? Like, what are your hobbies?
Difficult to find time, which I really feel bad. But then I love swimming. I love playing some certain sports. I love reading books, and I love listening songs like any human being. These are the things which I really love, and I love reading Quora a lot. Quora is a platform where you get a lot of
Yes, sir.
knowledge.
Sir, one last advice you want to give our viewers or students, those who are watching the videos.
This is the first attempt by children having podcast, and I'm the first person to be interviewed by these young children. So it's a wonderful effort by all of you. We had a dream just 1 month ago. I have been here for last 3 months, but we thought about this a month ago. So my advice to everybody here: we planned and we did it in 1 month. So I just said that once you put your passion into something, complete it. Put your heart and soul into that, like the way they have just now done it. They have created this thing. So do not keep it for future. Complete the work, feel happy, enjoy the moment, smile yourself, and move further ahead.
Means just think and do not overthink. Just
Do not
do it.
overthink. Of course, planning is always required, but you planned in 1 month. You have planned. You came with the infrastructure. You planned the number of questions, but you did it within a month. So it's an excellent effort.
Sir, we have another segment in which each member will ask you a single question. Our members.
Okay.
Let's.
Sir, I'm very happy to get an opportunity to ask a question from you. My question is that, sir, every student has some goals like daily goal, weekly goal, monthly goal, and yearly goal, and a 4 year goal. Then, what should us be a student goals to be, and what was your goals?
So there are two questions which you're putting. Okay. My goal, I was not sure what I wanted to do. Of course, I said after class 12, I wanted to pursue medicine, which I could not do. Then I've taken this profession, so I'm here. I'm a teacher of English, looking after school also. Additional responsibility is looking as a school. I'm not a principal kind of thing. One who sits on the chair gives order. So I would always love to be a teacher in the class with the additional responsibility of running a school. About the first part of your question, I'll give you a small. I'll take some time. Imagine that you have to go from here to Patna. So my goal is to reach Patna. Clear? But if I think I have to go to Patna, can I immediately reach Patna? So I have to see the options. So see, small things are happening right now. Maybe I'll go by four-wheeler, I'll go by bus, I'll go by train. Because we don't have airport here, so I'll not talk about the airport. So making a choice, first part, the options are available. But once I make a choice, suppose I make a choice of going by bus, can I go to like Goma and come back? No, I made a wrong choice. Let me come back. Or by train, I can come back. So you have to move further ahead. So made a first choice, you selected an alternative, which way to go. And then when you start your journey, it goes by station to station. Like from here, maybe Chandrapura, maybe Gomo, maybe Gaya, maybe Jahanabad. So what are those stations meant for? Those are stations means they are stoppage, reaching one particular goal. My first goal was to reach Chandrapura, completed. See, it was a very short goal. Chandrapura to Gomo, again a short goal. But from Gomo to Gaya the goal was big.
Yes.
3 hours of journey. But then there my struggle was more. My patience was more tested. Then I reached. So slowly, what is happening? In 4 hours, you have left your last destination to move to Gaya and have crossed 3 short goals. And then now you're nearing to your goal. It's nearing to your goal, crossing the goals. Similar is the life for children also. I always believe, always go for short term goals. Complete that goal, feel happy, look back, I did it. Enjoy for a moment, don't be in a hurry. Enjoy the moment. Take breath, feel happy, smile sometime, take a smile, maybe take a glass of water, and then my next goal is this. I have my bigger goal ready is Patna, but I have to reach next stoppage is this. Again, I'll take a pause and move ahead. This is how success is achieved. It's not an overnight uh, miracle or magic. Any great person you find, they all have gone through the same phase of life. Many of them have gone ahead, again faced failure and came back. Steve Waugh was, no,
Yes.
he went ahead, he failed again, came back, again moved ahead. Sometimes you have to oscillate between failures and success, but then you made another jump and move ahead. It may happen. It's not a steady journey going straight like a ray of light. Sometimes you have to take U-turn and go back. This is how life goes on.
If you were not a principal, what would you be?
These were difficult questions because I have thought of a lot of things, but nothing related to academic and education. Had I not been a teacher or a principal, I think you would have found me today a travel blogger, riding on my a bike, traveling through the very difficult terrains of India, making some videos, carrying certain books in my rucksack at the back, opening and reading under the open sky. That was one of the bucket lists which I have, which I want to fulfill in my life. So had I not been a principal, I think I would have been traveling around the country, all around. This is what I really want to do. I love to do traveling a lot, and mostly solo.
If you were a subject, which subject would you be according to your personality?
I think Hindi would do.
Yes, sir.
Hindi, uh, though I'm a teacher of English, I have done a lot of studies in English, but Hindi is one where I have studied again a lot of things, lot of books, lot of uh, literature. And when I study any book, any literature, I'm very selective, very selective. Very difficult to anything really very difficult to please me. A movie, a theater. I always believe that if something disturbs me, is the best creation of art, music, or book. So I would go for Hindi because I've seen certain literature which has made me think very deeply, has brought me certain maturity, certain thara, which is called pause in my life, and I started looking at the life in a very different manner. So had I not been a principal, I would have been a Hindi. You could come and read me.
If you were a student in our school, which rule annoy you the most? Like school rule.
I think sitting in the class, which I don't like. My previous school, only for class 12, I have allowed and given this freedom. But sometimes it may happen that you may not like certain classes, certain topics. That time, with the permission of your teacher, you can go and sit separately. We had a study room or in library where you can study by your own. So, but this privilege is only given to class 12 children because otherwise we create a chaos. Okay? So, I have already announced in this also school when I had a meeting with class 12 that sometimes if you do not like certain classes, you may go out and we had a corner where you can study by your own in library. But then condition is that you know you have pre-completed that particular topic. You're good in that. It's not by simply you're leaving the topic and you're not well prepared. So I think that compulsorily making a child of class 12, only for class 12, sitting in the class, attending something out not of his choice. Sometimes I feel bad, though it is required that you need to study everything. But I think for class 12, we can think and get this freedom. This is what I am.
For being a part of this podcast, this special video, and being such a good sport and joining us today. And this episode proves that principals can school too.